It's been nearly 2 months now since the new federal immigration law made it possible for millions of illegal aliens to apply for legal status in the U.S. It was supposed to bring an entire subculture of illegals out of the shadows, while making it more difficult for new, undocumented aliens to get a foothold in this country. Well, so far it hasn't worked out that way. ABC's Ken Kashiwahara is on special assignment.
El señor José Alfredo Solís, ventanilla número 8.
This is what the Immigration Service was hoping for. Illegal aliens packing amnesty centers, coming out of the shadows of society into a world filled with
freedom and happy. We wish everybody can get it.
But this center in Arlington, Texas is the exception. In Los Angeles and most other centers around the country, the crush of immigrants has yet to emerge from the shadows. So far, 190,000, only 5% of an estimated 4 million undocumented aliens have applied for amnesty. One problem is confusion over what documents are needed to qualify for amnesty. The volunteer agencies which process the applications blaming the Immigration Service, with the illegals caught in the middle.
The bottleneck up to this point has been the volunteer agencies that I believe were not ready.
How can they expect us to implement a law when they themselves have total confusion in their own offices? It's ridiculous.
Fear is keeping many immigrants away altogether. Some still believe the amnesty program is a giant sting operation designed to arrest them. Others can't obtain the documents to prove they qualify.
People are afraid, and they're really fearful that what they have will not be adequate. They'll be turned down, and they'll be deported from the country.
In the garment industry, that fear among workers has created a devastating labor shortage. Some factories are operating at only 40% of capacity, and businessmen are concerned that the employer sanctions, which impose fines on companies hiring illegals, may force their businesses out of the country.
It's going to take us out of the domestic market and force us back to the import, which is exactly what the government does not want us to do.
For farmers, the labor shortage was so serious, the Immigration Service was forced to ease restrictions on hiring farm workers. To attract more illegal aliens to amnesty centers and to gain their trust, the Immigration Service is about to mount a $10 million nationwide ad campaign.
So don't listen to rumors. Don't make hasty decisions, and don't be afraid to come forward.
And some employers are hiring attorneys to answer their employees' questions. For example, would prior arrests prevent amnesty?
As long as he has not been convicted, he's eligible.
One of the most serious problems is the divided family. This past weekend, church groups protested the plight of families who may be separated because some members qualify for amnesty while others do not. In the immigrant community, it has created fear.
A fear that's so intense that really prevents them from proceeding in this legalization process.
Irma Sanabria and her 3 children came to the U.S. from Guatemala before the 1982 deadline. They qualify. Her husband, who came afterward, does not.
My husband is a good husband, and my children is good children, but it's no good separation family.
So with the problems unresolved, the mistrust yet to be overcome, critics are already calling for an extension of the year-long amnesty program, warning that hundreds of thousands of immigrants may never emerge from the shadows of society. Ken Kashiwahara, ABC News, Los Angeles.